Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishna. Here basically we are discussing one of the topic that is future creation basically. That is future creation. So one of the person told that basically future creation equal to what basically. Then one of the person told that future creation means you can say future creation. And the way of the future creation basically are totally different basically. Totally different means nobody can able to track that basically. That this is the future creation. One example we have already taken basically. Example, vitamin A basically. Vitamin A basically generates what basically? So it generates blast data. So just see basically the city creation basically, and vitamin A equal to what? Assume that basically vitamin A basically contain apple creation basically. One of the person told that apple basically can have vitamin C, vitamin D basically. It can be anything basically. So one of the person told that assume that basically in dictionary of the doctors basically apple is giving vitamin A. Assume that basically. But when basically you are generating the blood cells basically it is generating something else vitamin only basically. It's generating something else vitamin basically, and that basically converts to blood cells basically, right? Then basically when the blood cells basically gets the energy basically from the nuclear power company basically, that is generating something else basically. So see the conflict basically between the data. So nobody trust each other basically. That is the main thing basically. Energy department don't trust blood department basically don't trust doctors basically don't trust both the department basically. So nobody trust each other basically. So you can just imagine up to the what is the condition of public basically. You can just understand the condition of public basically, because nobody is trusting each other. So you can just understand that because everything is conflict basically, everything basically generating inside the body basically, and that conflict basically is generating inside the bodies. So one of the person told that basically vitamin A generates where the blast is going to happen basically. As in that basically 2 kilometer basically blast is going to happen. So you have to collect the data also basically for 2 kilometers basically. And this everything basically is who is doing basically. This everything is done by this group basically, that is medical industry, government industry, army industry, legal industry, construction industry, and nuclear industry, power industry, equal to king family and equal to universe family. So this group basically are creating this and creating this. So one of the person told that basically this everything basically which is creating the basically, assume that basically it has generated one design basically, that from vitamin A basically the apple creation has happened basically. Assume that basically, just taking as an example, assume that basically from vitamin A basically the apple has generated, and basically the blood cells has generated, that is totally different. And blood cells basically gets the energy from nuclear power plant, that is also totally different basically. That is also totally different. So here one of the person told that this is one design basically, right? Just now basically which I told basically, that is one design. So that is basically that basically exact same that design basically, and that hierarchy basically is created that basically everything is basically connecting to the software industry also basically. Reason behind, software industry basically don't have anything about anything basically of themselves basically. Themselves basically they don't have anything basically. Everything basically is given by somebody else basically. That is, you can say, in between one software industry, software name, and software name basically does not have anything basically. They have basically getting some everybody basically. That is from data basically getting from industrial data. Datas are getting from the banking data, stock exchange data, retail data. So like this basically they are just getting the datas basically. Nothing else basically they are getting. Nothing else basically they are getting. Nothing else basically they are getting basically. So the system basically which we discussed just now, no, basically on the basis of that system only basically this has created. That is, this actually I got one from some one website basically, and this basically is not actually mine basically, but here basically everything is given. So I thought that basically I should take this example basically. That would be best. That should be best, that I thought basically. So assume that basically project management documents template basically. So project initialization in this business case is the project assessment is there, project deliverables is there, initialization resource plan is there, work management is there. So everybody knows that basically what basically this contains basically. So project planning basically contains this all template basically. Then basically the staff management basically contains this all are basically stakeholders matrix, project matrix, team character, staff, risk register, what are the risk basically, incidents, priorities, risk identification, cause, PM essentials, project pipeline tracks, project scope, track templates, procurement, then basically the quality management, change management, then basically the project scheduling and project costing basically everybody knows basically. This everything basically is there in my resume only basically, you can say. Everything basically contains in my resume basically. So if you study my resume basically you will get everything. So here basically what we are actually discussing. Here we are discussing basically, just now basically we discussed in this system basically. On the base of that system only basically the entire documents are prepared basically. Each and every attributes basically are prepared now basically. That are prepared on the base of this system basically. Just now basically we discussed about the apple creation, how basically it has happened from vitamin A, from vitamin A basically created by these all groups, where the blast is going to happen. You can just imagine basically where the blast is going to happen basically. For that one project is also created basically. So this basically is very dangerous basically. Mark my words basically. It's very dangerous basically. Lots of people say that IT industries with project manager basically are doing very easy task basically. But it's very dangerous basically because they are collecting this data also basically. And that basically are special project managers basically who are basically collecting this data. But project manager, one of the person told that project managers knows basically that he is collecting the data of where the blast is going to happen. Then basically which city is going to end, which city is going to create new, which and when PM will die, like this everything basically. Then Sunil Nair, any person basically will die. Then this next generation will got this information basically. So this all basically contains in this basically. So on the base of this everything only basically these documents are prepared basically. So you can just imagine basically the things basically which are correct. So entire software industry basically is created on the base of this system basically. This entire system basically just now basically we discussed now basically. On the basis of that only basically the entire system of the software industry basically is prepared basically. Entire software industry basically is prepared. So you can just imagine basically the critical thing basically is prepared, and that's this everything is basically done also basically. It's not like that basically this everything is not done basically. This everything is done.